Welcome to the Sisters Like Us podcast. I'm Lakin, and I'm 30-something.
I'm Allie, and I'm 20-something. Join us each week as we talk about anything
and everything. So grab a glass of wine
or a bottle, and let's drink about it.
All right. Well, cheers. What are you drinking?
Coffee.
Oh, okay. I have water. We are back.
We're back.
Y'all, sorry that break lasted a little longer than we had originally intended. It just kind of spiraled.
We didn't even intend for a break at all.
Not really.
We just stopped.
We just kind of stopped.
I think that, normalizing that, it's just unrealistic to be able to, just... Yeah. We committed to this for so long that, life happens. Yeah. So...
It was a combination of, I was feeling awful. Allie got super busy, and, it just felt like a lot. And so something had to take a back seat, and this became that thing. And then we kind of were like, okay, well, do we wait until after the baby comes and trying to figure that out? And we were finally like, no, that's silly. Let's just jump back in. We will likely have to take at least 1 week, if not maybe 2 when the baby comes.
Yeah, which is so valid. But we're going to try to be more, active elsewhere.
Yeah. Oh, we are.
Yeah. Well, I think that, we would get so much more traction with TikTok.
I don't disagree with you.
But TikTok is such, I feel like I'm managing, 7 TikToks at once. So I'm
Well, you kind of are.
Yeah.
Because you post consistently on your own TikTok.
My own TikTok, which is merely just for fun.
Right, for sure.
I literally don't care about
But you still post on it pretty consistently.
Yeah. And then I'm really trying this year to post more on my Cloud9 TikTok because I will get lots of clients that way.
Yeah.
I actually recently got a partnership with a company called Silky Toes.
For your personal or for Cloud9?
For Cloud9.
Oh.
And it's those basically compact flats that you can carry around, but they're you can get them for your wedding party or for you, and there's different materials and stuff, and you can get a little box of 20 of them, and it says a little treat for your dancing feet. And I feel it's better because it's with flip-flops you still have to worry about glass, and it's they're not really comfortable to dance in.
Yeah, flats are definitely more comfortable for dancing. Yeah.
And they're you can stick them in your purse really easy. So we'll put my discount code in the bottom.
Her discount code, y'all. Wow.
25% off. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then do you also do your venues TikTok?
Yeah, so I do that, which I'm also really bad at. But I trying to post at least once a week there. Yeah, and then on top of that, the Instagrams too.
Yeah, for all of those same things.
Exactly.
So question, do you think in terms of keeping up on TikTok, posting regularly, is the harder part coming up with the ideas or actually recording the content? Or something else.
For Sisters Like Us.
Yeah.
I think posting the reels that we post on Instagram is for sure how we're gonna get those little clips are kind of what draws people in for sure. So it's that. But I think concept wise sometimes that can be difficult.
Yeah.
But
because for me that was what I never posted on TikTok, but even posting reels on Instagram, that's the harder part is coming up with the ideas of what I'm going to post.
Yeah.
So you have planned a list of things. I have nothing planned, by the way.
Yeah, I just feel there was so much to debrief and talk about, so many updates on life and such.
Sure.
And I feel it's a good time to talk about 2025 and going into 2026. Let's see. We had some things submitted.
Okay, so do we want to start there or start with your list?
I kind of want to start there because my list is more stuff that we can just talk about.
Okay.
But to kind of start with 2025 and that kind of stuff, someone asked, what are you leaving behind in 2025 and what are you taking with you in 2026? Which is...
Oh, maybe I should have looked at these so I could be a little bit more prepared.
Which is always a hard question, but I love it because all of the inquiries that we got or submissions we got are my photographer friends.
Oh, I love it. Fun. Okay.
I feel one of the things I'm trying to work through and leave behind maybe is relationships that just don't really serve me anymore.
That's a good one.
I feel I've talked about this before, but in your 20s, I feel you really start to figure out who your people are and who you want to surround yourself with. And I've really noticed in the past year or two, you can really tell when someone's supposed to be in your life based off just the energy that you have when you're with them. And I feel like I also like have gotten a little bit more spiritual in that aspect of just like I could be like having the worst like mental health day, and like there's certain people in my life that like I spend time with and I just feel like I'm like a recharged battery. Yeah. Like, and it's like those are the people that like I want around me all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's people that I feel like I've been around that I feel the opposite.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that's like I don't want to spend my time around those people. Yeah. So I feel like putting that into like fruition for the next year.
I like it.
For sure.
That's a good one.
No, thank you.
Wow. She came up with a good answer. I feel like the one thing that popped into my head is being on my phone just for the sake of being on my phone.
Yeah.
I've even like it's hard. I mean, we've had this conversation before on the pod of like how easy it is to be addicted to your phone and how just picking it up mindlessly, opening apps mindlessly, scrolling mindlessly is just not, it doesn't do any good. It feels like it doesn't serve me in any way, shape, or form. And I can use the excuse of like, well, my business and social media all day long, and that's just not like not an excuse.
Have you like still been using your brick?
I have. The only time I've been good at consistently using my brick is before bed. So it has eliminated a little bit of like bedtime scroll and then morning scroll, which is good, but I still am on it way too much during the day.
Yeah.
And so I need to figure out how to incorporate the brick into my day in the middle of the day life. Mm-hmm. For sure. And then just like even over this weekend, I've had my Kindle nearby. And so if I find myself reaching for my phone, like if Lila's busy playing with the toy by herself and she's independently playing, grabbing my Kindle instead of grabbing my phone.
Yeah.
And trying to be more consistent about that as opposed to picking up and scrolling, because that's just not helpful.
Yeah, I put like a time limit on TikTok on my phone, and it's like, this is so embarrassing, but like here we are.
You don't have to share the number, but those time limit things are just, they're hard to keep to anyway.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour time limit, which is like insane because it's like I remember when people would be like, oh, like how many like hours a week do you like spend watching TV? And I'm like, if I'm not watching TV, what am I doing?
Well, that came up when we played Know Me Fast on Christmas. It wasn't your question, it was somebody else's question, and they said like 1 to 2 hours, and you were like, oh.
I just like, there's some, like, I have my background shows, I have my like.
But see, I don't feel like that counts as much. Like having it on while you're doing something else is not the same as like when you're scrolling on your phone and that's the only thing you're doing.
Well, the problem is like, I have like my ecosystem, right? Like I'm like watching TV while doing work, then I go on my
scroll on TikTok.
Right. So it's like, what am I doing? Yeah. Like there's too many screens in my face.
Yeah.
That is a big one. I feel like just cutting, like especially before bed, it's like my Kindle's there, and that's like the first thing I'm gonna do when I like get in bed, and I still scroll for at least 20-30 minutes. Yeah. And I'm like,
so the brick has helped me with that. I've at least pretty much broken that habit.
Yeah.
But I still, again, during the day, am doing a lot more scrolling than I need to.
Yeah. I feel like another thing too that I struggled with last year too is like we've talked about before, like blank space in my calendar.
Yeah.
And like prioritizing like a day to do nothing. Because even days that like I have nothing on the schedule, I end up still like making plans to like do everything.
I heard a phrase recently that said, it was on like some YouTube video I was watching, and it was like, just because there isn't something in my calendar doesn't mean I'm free.
Yeah, exactly. And like I've had, like I feel like during the holidays, like you have more of those days, and yes. I definitely did.
So did we, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was really nice.
Which is really nice, yeah. But I think my therapist also told me, like, you know, balancing, like, a full-time job and also, like, working for yourself basically full-time. I could work 24/7 if I absolutely wanted to, but obviously I don't. And, you know, I get 2 days off a week, but, you know, sometimes if I have a Monday off, I'm like, that's a really good day to get caught up on cloud nine. Yeah. So it's like, okay, maybe just having, like, at least one day, like, even if it's not a full weekend, like, I have one day where I'm, like, nothing.
Which, yeah, and I remember that when I was working full-time and working for myself, I felt like I never did that either. Mm-hmm. Like, I never felt like I took a weekend day that didn't have, you know, at least one of the things I was working. But I do think that's helpful and important.
Yeah, and, like, I know last year, like, I occasionally was, like, if a client was like, hey, can we, like, meet on a Sunday? Like, I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then I'm like, no. Yeah. Because it's like, I've been really good about boundaries, and I think we've talked about, like, Gen Z is really good about setting boundaries in the workplace, but, like, yeah, so.
I think that's a really good thing to bring in. Like, one day a week where you don't do either job.
Yeah.
I think that is good and healthy.
Yeah.
I think the other thing I'm bringing in, besides a baby, I'm bringing a baby into 2026.
Very soon.
In case you didn't know.
Very soon.
I would assume if you're watching this, you have watched us before and you've heard me say that I'm pregnant. But today, the day we're filming, I'm 32 weeks pregnant. Today. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I know. And
like, this pregnancy felt so fast.
Yeah, it did for me too. It felt faster than Lila's for sure. But one of the things I want to make sure I'm gonna try not to get like teary talking about this.
Oh no.
I feel like Lila's, it's gone by so fast. Yeah. And not that this one won't go by fast, but I want to try to soak up as much as I can. I can just have a snuggle and have him nap on me, and I don't need to like put him down and go do laundry. And like sometimes I do, yes.
I think also with when you have your first baby, like there's just like so many firsts and so many new things that you're like trying to like figure out, and you want to do everything perfect, and you're like, okay, well, like at this week he needs to be eating this, and then at this time he needs to be down taking a nap. Like, it doesn't, like, you can like kind of breathe and like just like know that like
it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
They're gonna turn out fine.
They are going to turn out fine.
So just kind of like slow down a little bit, savor the things a little bit more, not like,
yeah. Well, we're very, 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 very excited for little baby boy. We were, as you saw, Mom and I were kind of...
Yeah, so yesterday, y'all,
we were kind of just waiting for you
to notice.
Well, because it was so last minute, because I literally had told her...
Also, you were going to a cocktail bar. Like, what was I going to do?
I know, but I had told her at 5 p.m. I was like, we do not have to go, but like, I am not going to eat if we don't. If I don't like do something before.
No, so I use the app. They are on the app Life. Is it Life 360 or Live 360?
Life. It might as well be Live. It is because it is. Like,
well, it has so many more components to it than Find My Friends.
I actually have to get into.
Okay. So anyway, I have Find My Friends, and I literally have Mom, Allie, Sam, and my best friend. Like, that's it. Those are the people on my Find My Friends. And Sam had gone to pick up dinner, and so the only reason I opened the app was to see how far Sam was from
and then you saw that we were together also down the street.
And I saw that Mom and Allie's dots were in the same place down the street, and I was like, excuse me.
Well, and we also sat at the bar. Like, we couldn't get a table.
You know, I was in my pajamas, like, I wasn't going anywhere, but it was just funny. So anyway, you and Mom, what were you talking about? Related to the baby. That's how we got on this topic.
Shit, now I don't remember.
Oh. Tell me about baby boy. Is it about how Mom is like desperate to know his name?
No, but no. It's so funny.
Sorry, Mom.
Because she told me separately that she wanted to know the name, and then you told me separately that she was like, that happens all the time also.
Oh, yeah. No, I know.
Like, with the three of us, it's always like, oh my God.
But that is one thing I think that generation, to pull it back to generations, does not like to accept. Because my friends experience this with their parents too. Like, Mom has been very good about most baby things and like accepting that we learn and we grow and we change and like things are different than they were when she parented. But the not sharing of the name, she cannot get behind. She is like, I need to know the name of this baby. Why won't you tell me what his name is? Like,
I'm excited. For me, it's like, I can't wait to like go to the hospital and like see it, and I'll be like, so excited.
Whatever. Anyway.
I'm excited. Like, I love a surprise, so whatever.
And at this point, like, it's not that far away.
Yeah, no, it's really not. Like, I mean, realistically, I need to...
Shut up.
Anyway, so there were these two babies behind us, like little slugs.
Aww.
And we were just like staring at them. And I was just like, oh...
We're going to have one of those.
We're going to have a little slug.
Anyway. Okay, we can't spend this long on each question, otherwise we're never going to get through this.
You're right. Well, actually, so to move into pregnancy, if you listened for a while, like, you've talked about this before, but, like, she just asked, like, what's it like being a mom?
Yeah.
Because you are still, like, a new mom. Like, Lila's 2.
She's 2. I feel like it's still...
But also, sub-question, like, how is this pregnancy different than Lila's? I feel like it's easier.
No, it definitely, it is and it isn't, because I already have a kid, right? So, like, there is data behind it that typically boy pregnancies are easier than girl pregnancies. There's a hormone that a girl baby produces that makes it, you tend to have more morning sickness, more nausea, etc. And then that boys, when the testosterone that's being produced with the baby boy gives you a lot more energy. And I have found that to be true. In general, this pregnancy has been, knock on wood, easier. I still had a very rough first trimester. I was still very nauseous and getting sick almost daily. But then pretty much the second trimester hit with this one, I was good to go. And it's been very, like from a nausea standpoint, it's been like way more dispersed. Yeah. I am getting to the point though where I'm just like large, and so it's uncomfortable to do anything. Sitting on the floor with Lila for a long period of time is uncomfortable. Sleeping is really difficult, all those kinds of things. But it definitely has been easier. However, you're also managing a toddler. Right. And so like the exhaustion is a different level because you also are chasing a toddler around. Being uncomfortable sitting on the floor, well, before Lila, like I wouldn't sit on the floor for an extended period of time, and now I've noticed that is annoying. Mm-hmm. Where I didn't have to deal with that with the first one. So I'm just very thankful it was in the order that it was in, because I feel like if it had been flipped and I had like this pregnancy first and then I was pregnant, like my pregnancy with Lila with a toddler, it would be just like awful. So I'm very, very, very thankful for that. But at the same time, I'm very ready to not be pregnant anymore. I don't necessarily love being pregnant. I feel like the being a mom question is so loaded.
It is loaded.
I feel like it also just depends on who you are as a person, right? I have always known I wanted to be a mom. Like it was never a debate in my mind. It was never a question. Mm-hmm. So like it's the best because like that's what I wanted. That's what I've always wanted. And I knew that. Doesn't mean it's not hard. Doesn't mean there's not like questions. I also think we live in a day and age where there's so much fucking information. Like the information at your fingertips is actually like almost too much. Yeah. And like parents these days have so much information that they have to sift through that like our parents did not have to deal with, right? There was like one book that they followed, and it's like they either did with what was in the book or they called the pediatrician. And by call, they actually had to physically call the pediatrician certain hours. They had to decide if it was worth it. Whereas like now I can just send my pediatrician like a message through the portal, right? And I don't have to overthink it, or because I'm like, I can just message them and it's easy. And that's almost worse than you know what I mean? So I feel like that makes things harder, but I'm really interested because I feel like there's really mixed reviews in the world on whether it's harder to go from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2. Like some people say 0 to 1 is harder because your whole life is just shaken up. Like your whole life is different. And so it's just like 0 to 1 is harder. Mm-hmm. And then some people say 1 to 2 is harder because now you have, you're man to man, right? So getting breaks is a lot more difficult because it's not just like the other parent can take over and you can take a break. Like there's 2 children now. And so we'll see. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about the 1 to 2 transition, but.
Yeah. Well, thankfully 80% of the time Lila's like really good.
Yes. Well, it also depends on the kids, right? Whether you have kids that are, quote unquote easier kids. I think another piece of it too that I will stand by a bazillion times over is being near family. We've obviously moved to be close to family, and I know that's not an option for everybody, but it makes this transition way less scary because I know that there are so many other people to love and care on Lila while we're with the newborn. That makes that easier.
Yeah.
And
I can't go more than like 24 hours. So
exactly. Neither can mom.
And I feel so lucky because like I have so many friends. Well, not so many friends, but I do have a handful of, actually not that many friends that are actually less than 3 that are like aunts or uncles, right? Or like I'll meet people,
which is understandable because we're 9 years apart. Correct. So it's like,
but I'll meet people out or like, but some of my like friends in the industry are like 28, 29. Sure. So they have some older
so they have siblings that have kids.
Yeah. But I feel so lucky that like Lila is so close because I started this relationship with her from the day she was born.
Yeah, live 1 hour old.
So like, yeah. So I'm just like really.
No, it does make it, and as the parent, it makes it like that too. Like seeing your kids have aunts and uncles and grandparents that love on them and like want to spend time with them. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, okay. Can we like stop making me cry? Like, goodness gracious.
Sorry. But when I do talk about Lila with other people, I'm like, yeah, she saved my life. So just the perfect time. So then kind of like just in general, how are you doing?
Oh.
How has your winter been?
That's so sweet that people ask like those kinds of questions.
Because the last time we talked, it was like September.
I think so.
So yeah, I just feel like what has been going on? Like, I feel like, you know, we had Halloween was fun.
Yeah, Halloween party, Halloween costumes.
Party.
Lila loved trick-or-treating. It was so fun to watch her trick-or-treat.
Yeah,
she was very into that.
I did not see that part because why?
You had to go get ready for a different party.
No.
Yeah, you did. You had to go get ready. It was Halloween was a Friday and you had a party, and so you had to go get ready.
Guys, I'm like actually worried about my memory. Like, I have been like sometimes I just like really don't remember shit.
Okay. Because you were doing really like thorough makeup, and so you wanted multiple hours to get ready.
Oh, okay, right. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you left before we started trick-or-treating.
Yeah. I was Chucky this year and Carrie from the prom. They both absolutely slayed. I'm just like, oh, I love Halloween.
We were also all of Monsters Inc. And so you were Celia.
But that costume also slayed. I had to like go really all out this year because I won't get to participate next year because I have a wedding.
On actual Halloween? Mm-hmm. What about for the day before? What about Friday?
Like going out the night before a wedding.
What if we have a party on Friday? Which wouldn't be going out. Like, you wouldn't be up super late and you're not like getting trashed.
No, because like knowing me, like if I don't know, let's table that.
Okay. I'm just saying because I had originally thought that we would throw our Halloween party the weekend before, which I know you also have a wedding, so it doesn't really matter. But we just got invited to a wedding that weekend. So we will not be doing our Halloween party that weekend.
Got it.
So I'm thinking Friday will be our Halloween party. The 30th is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well.
So, anyway.
What else happened? You went to Texas.
We went to Texas we had already had plans to go to Texas for Thanksgiving to be with my family. We did end up adjusting our plans a smidge and leaving early to go to Houston because we had another member of Sam's family that is now going through treatment. And so we went early to spend time with them. And that was really lovely. And I'm glad that we prioritized that. And then we enjoyed a nice chill Thanksgiving with my family. And you guys had Thanksgiving here. Mm-hmm. I had a little bit of FOMO, I'm not going to lie. Because so on their side, they still pretty consistently do the like alternating where you're with mom one year and your dad the next year. Mm-hmm. We won't do that because I just did holidays. So my dad gets Thanksgiving, my mom gets Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so the years that you guys are with mom for Thanksgiving, we'll probably have FOMO.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was really chill. It's really relaxed. So, yeah.
Unless you're the one doing the cooking. Unless you're mom.
Yeah. I feel like
Did you help?
No. She always wants me to make this charcuterie board, which, like, okay, fun, great. It's, like, an art piece for me. But also, like...
It's such a waste because it doesn't
get eaten. It
doesn't get eaten.
No one eats it. I don't even eat it.
Yeah, or we have, like, 3 bites and then we're done and then it's...
Or, like, I make it and then it's, like, 1 hour later we're sitting and eating. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I was just, like, still working.
Yeah,
like,
you had a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like I had a lot of weddings this winter. And like I worked 3 of the 4 weekends in December. Yeah. Just the one.
Oh, and then the other thing that was impacting our recording that was happening in our house was the basement reno.
Oh, yes.
And so I posted a picture of it on Instagram, but all the like shit from the basement was like stuffed over here in front of the chairs.
Yeah.
So that they could finish the work over there, and that is finally done. And so that helped a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was a big component of it, too. Was having to move all that stuff so we could record was going to be. Now, could we have pivoted and recorded somewhere else? Like, yes. We were definitely using that, I think, as, like, an additional reason. But that was part of the problem, too.
Yeah. I feel like for a long time we were like, okay, we can't get in the habit of taking a break. But also, like...
We need a break.
Like, shit happens, okay?
Yeah. And then it was Christmas.
Yeah,
so we had a good Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas was great. We, me and Parker now like basically do both because mom like does it like the weekend after usually or like the weekend.
Yeah, mom. I feel like we talked about this at some point, but a couple years ago, mom was just kind of sick of like having people for half the day or having people have to leave early or having people not want to drink because they're driving to the suburbs, and so she was just like, let's pick a Saturday. Oh, and people like not being able to take off of work. Like there was one time where we did it, but then like somebody had to work the next day or whatever. So she was like, let's pick a Saturday around Christmas, and that's my day, and that is my day. And so there's never conflict. It's always a weekend. And so this year it happened to be, last year we did before. This year was after. But it is so nice because it is sometimes the only time that our whole family is together.
It was fun.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Won the drinking competition again, no big deal.
And that included, we did one round of the drinking competition for me with a mocktail. I didn't participate in making drinks this year. I just participated in voting. And Allie and Will made a fire spicy pineapple margarita mocktail.
Hell yeah.
It was very good.
Hell yeah. And like, I don't like mezcal, and it was definitely like a mezcal non-alcoholic tequila, which like just like all of the above sounds gross.
Yeah, and I mean, we got like non-alcoholic spirits, and on their own, the non-alcoholic spirits are absolutely atrocious. They do work in drinks, though.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, is that they give the kick of having alcohol without having the alcohol. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was delicious. And I like a mezcal, like spicy pineapple mezcal margarita.
Yeah, no, it definitely tasted good.
Yeah.
I did like it.
And then same thing, we had a really chill New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, I did work, but I like worked in the morning, and then at that point I was just like, I'm exhausted. Like, there's just no point here in like participating in the
festivities.
And here we are.
Now here we are. It's 2026.
2026, which people are saying is the new 2016.
What does that mean?
Like, 2016 was just such a great year. I don't know, it's probably different, very different for us, because like 2016 was like peak high school. Like, I was like living my fucking life.
It's the year I met Sam.
So exactly, like 2016 was just like the fucking year, and I feel like the music, the vibes, like 2026 is giving like,
all right,
some good.
I'll take it.
Here's what I will say is like, I feel like 2025 was great. Like, I feel like I had like a very decently like positive 2025, but there is a lot in 2026 that I'm looking forward to, but that I'm also like a little bit like nervous for. I don't know.
It's just work-wise?
I think, so I have about 10 weddings for Cloud9 this year.
That's a lot. Starting
June. So I'm going to London in April, well, end of April, first week of May, as kind of like it's a really good time to go, but also like just a hurrah, like before everything kind of like
gets
goes
chaotic.
Full force. Yeah. And Vegas will obviously be a nice like break in my, actually Vegas will be like right before my busiest
you have
month.
Like a million things, yeah.
Yeah, because I have like June, July, August, September, October weddings basically consistently all that time, which is like normal. Those are like the busiest.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking, but it's also really exciting because I feel like I spent 2025 really like building the brand, building the business, and I'm really hoping that having all of the weddings will like boost a lot more traction and be like, oh, like, okay, because I have like 4 booked for 2027 already. One of them I'm like,
4?
yeah.
Wait, I didn't realize it was that many.
Like, one of them I'm traveling to like Colorado for, and like I feel like that'll be super cool. So I've basically closed my books for 2026.
I think you probably should have done that before, maybe like 2 more, but yeah, it's just gonna be a lot.
Yeah, but you know, the best part about having a job that respects what we do is that they are super understanding that like, I'm like, I just so you know, October will be hell.
Yeah.
And like, I need you guys to give me some grace.
Yeah.
And like, I think there'll be some reevaluation to do at the end of this season and seeing what I can handle, because I know that like this past year was like a lot, and I wasn't even like having weddings. I was just booking clients.
Right.
So I think that's what scares me, but also mindset wise, because that's another thing that I'm bringing into 2026 is perspective and mindset are like so huge. And I feel like it's so easy to think about things in a negative way, but like kind of switching it around, like I could be so anxious and so stressed about all of these weddings that I'm having, but this is exactly where I wanted to be last year.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's what like makes me excited, because I'm like, and I still feel like having the business for like a little over a year now, like it still hasn't like actually hit me, and I don't think it ever will until like I'm
on your own. It won't. That's how I feel.
I feel like it's like a hobby still.
Yeah. And it will feel that way until it's your only thing. Yeah. And that's just it.
Yeah. Are you excited for anything in 2026? Besides,
I mean, I feel like
your child?
Besides a baby, yeah. But I guess maybe the same thing, the mindset of like, even when things are hard or chaos, like, or overwhelming, like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't talk without crying. Okay, let's move on.
Tell me you're pregnant without
Tell me you're pregnant without telling me you're pregnant.
So, someone literally just said, I'm so excited.
Yay!
So someone submitted something into the Spill the Wine a long time ago, and we just never talked about it.
Oh, man.
And I feel really bad. Her name is Liz. I don't know.
Okay.
But it's not a super, like, deep question. It's just kind of, like, we'll touch on it. But she was like, I listen to every episode. I just finished watching Lakin's Wedding Week vlog, and I have a question. So this is, like, she probably submitted this in, like, June. You both always refer to...
Oh, like the wedding of Lindsay's and Andrew's wedding. For a second, I thought she meant my wedding, and I was like, that was a long time ago.
You both always referred to Lindsay as your future sister-in-law and reference officially gaining a new sister, etc. So my question is, when do siblings plus ones become in-laws? It seems y'all wait until they're officially married, but what about people who are together for a long time before getting married? Or if one of the siblings decides not to get married, will their partner of 5+ years always be their boyfriend and girlfriend? Love you both, and so curious to hear your take on this.
That's a great question. I think because they were engaged is why we said future sister-in-law.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't think we've had, like, an instance where it's been...
Not like that. Well, but even when Sam and I were, like, just dating, I guess to say, if they never intend to get married, I think it's different. I think you like, decide when you feel like if Andrew and Lindsay decided they didn't want to get married for whatever reason, Lindsay is still our sister. She's our sister-in-law. Like, I would never call her, like, my brother's girlfriend. Like, that would be weird, because, like, she's way more than that. You know what I mean? But because we always knew they had planned to get married, we probably then just called her our brother's girlfriend until we called her our brother's fiance / future sister-in-law. Yeah. You know, whatever.
'Cause I feel like it's, like, also, if, like, you don't know the plans, like, I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, this is going to be, like, my future sister-in-law, and then it's, like, not, and you're like...
Oh, oops, sorry. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, no, that's definitely an interesting question. I feel like, yeah, it just kind of depends on the situation. But
yeah, I feel like every family dynamic is probably a little bit different. Yeah. But I think because there was a wedding on the books, it was easy to refer to her as that, because we knew eventually we would drop the future and she would just be our sister-in-law.
Right. Cool.
Yeah, that definitely is a dated question. But
yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about entertainment.
Entertainment, Allie's favorite topic, y'all.
Yeah, books, movies, TV shows. Let's dive in. Did you hit your reading goal this year?
Yes, technically.
But you reread.
But I did reread, and then I also stopped tracking.
Okay.
So I actually don't know, like, how many more than that.
Okay.
Like, I had 25 in my Goodreads, and I tracked through 26.
Okay.
And then I definitely read books after that, but I didn't track them.
Got it.
I just, like, last year got to a point where I was just like, I can't have one more thing that I'm tracking or paying attention to or whatever. So
I DNF'd a book this year.
I'm so proud of you. I know it's hard, but it's so necessary.
And we're just gonna get into it because I'm gonna explain why. So
last time, you who've never heard the phrase, DNF means did not finish.
Yes.
So you actually,
which is really hard for someone who, like, has OC.
Or, yeah, if you have completionist tendencies, if you have any, like...
Oh, actually, it's making me, like have...
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's, like, in Goodreads as do not finish. I just want to, like...
Delete it. Just delete it.
So, okay. So here's the journey. And we're going to get into the topic that I can't fucking wait to talk about. Which Lakin is gonna roll her eyes and be so upset, but, like, I know some of you know what I'm talking about, so we're going to get into it. Anyways, so last time we talked, I was reading the Chestnut Springs series. Yep. That is the one I did not finish. Okay. So I love a good, like, obviously you guys know I love hockey, but, like, I love the, like, Windy City series, like the sports romance. Like, I love the sports romance. Chestnut Springs is very, like, southern. Okay, so they're cowboys, they're bull riders, they're whatever. Not my favorite, like, world.
I mean, fair.
It's like giving, like hairy man bun, like, bull rider, like,
not your vibe.
Grr, like, no. And the tropes I'm, like, not super excited about. So like the one that I had been reading, don't remember the title. I'm not going to drop the title anyways, but I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know. Heartless, maybe? I don't know.
If you're trying not to drop the title because you don't, like, I feel like we need to talk more about, like, oh, I didn't finish this because XYZ.
Okay. So.
I think it's okay.
Okay, so it is Powerless.
Powerless.
Okay, it's the third book in the Chestnut Spring series, and the trope is, like, been in my life forever, but, like never crossed that line type situation.
Okay, it's not best. That's not. You don't consider that best friends to lovers?
Maybe friends to lovers, which
okay. So you normally like a friends to lovers. I feel like
I just like an enemies to lovers. That's just
well,
like
you can
my
like
top,
that more, yeah.
My top situation. But anyway, so during the time that I was reading this book, I was not feeling. What's another word for stimulated? Okay, when I was reading this book, I was not feeling like excited about it, okay? And also around this time, like, I learned about this show coming out, and called Heated Rivalry, which, if you don't want to hear about gay romance, you can skip this part, but,
I don't think that's people's issue with it. It just feels like it went from 0 to 1,000,000 in like 4 seconds, and it went from like nobody knew it was happening to everybody's talking about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in my like very small soapbox about it.
Okay,
because I feel very passionately about it.
That's
obviously,
fine.
I'm on the show was coming out, and like I'd actually never read an MLM, so man, love, man, romance book ever. And like,
ever? No, didn't you read?
I never read Red, White, and Royal Blue.
How did you know? That's what I was gonna say.
Because that's like the
number one. Yeah.
So
I mean, I've read a couple others.
Loved that movie. I rewatched that movie all the time, and I like.
But you didn't read the book.
No, but this is also when I discovered. I'm like, when I watched that movie, I'm like, okay, I love an MLM. Like, I love a gay romance. Okay, I had very low expectations kind of going into this because I feel like, you know, book adaptations just sometimes hit or miss.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna read this book before the show comes out.
Yeah.
Found out about it on like Sunday. It was coming out on Thursday. It came out on Thanksgiving. Okay. Read the book. I mean, like, you guys, like, you know, I like smut, but like the prologue made me blush. Like, I was like, oh shit. Like, you know, when you like read a book, I don't know how much smut you've ever read.
And it's on HBO, right? So they like.
So, okay. So let me get there. So I read the book in less than 24 hours. I was like, consumed with it. And like really basic synopsis. It's like a Russian and a Canadian, and they like are like top picks, and they call it the MHL. Like,
okay.
And like they're first and second picks, so they're like rivals and like whatever. And then, you know,
and then they're not.
Well, no, they are, but it's just whatever. And it's like a 10-year.
Whoa.
It's a 10-year like romance, like span. So read the book, then I read the second book.
Okay.
Was reading the second book as the episodes were dropping.
Yeah.
It was created in Canada, so it was coming out on Crave, which Crave is Canada's version of Netflix.
Okay.
Just coming out on Crave. It was a small budget TV show. They filmed it in 37 days. 37 days. The fact that I know these facts is just like so concerning. 37 days. Like, both of them are like smaller actors. Like, they just like, whatever. They didn't think it was going to blow up like this. No one really did.
Yeah.
When they saw all of the hype around it, like with it coming out, HBO like picked it up immediately.
Okay.
And HBO was like, okay, yeah, no, like, we need to put this show on whatever, like HBO Max. So they picked it up, and then it dropped, and within 3 episodes dropping, it renewed for a season 2.
Right.
Which, like,
is kind of unheard of.
Insane.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning it had this rap of like, okay, this is just like basically gay porn.
Right.
Which, yes, it is very like
graphic.
Spicy. Yeah. But also the whole point of their dynamic and their story is that like 10 years of their relationship was basically physical intimacy. Mm-hmm. Like that's like a big part of it.
Okay.
But then once you kind of like get into, you know, more of the episodes and kind of honestly, like, I do find it helpful to rewatch it because you like notice a lot of things like as you rewatch it. Like, there's so much to it. Yeah. Like I have friends that have watched it that like haven't read the book and people that have, and the ones that have like were like, you know, taking every little detail and like, you know, we know everything that's happening. We know like what date, when, whatever. And then the, you know, the people that haven't, they're like the first 2 episodes, they're like, okay, like, where's the plot? Like, they're just like banging, like what's happening. And then you're like, oh shit. And like the last couple episodes are very like not as,
yeah.
But it's so beautiful. It's just cinematically gorgeous. And I have actually never seen a more perfect adaptation from a book. Like, it is like they physically fell out of it. It is word for word. You can literally pull up like the dialogue from the book and put like the, they like watch it like simultaneously. Like, so just so good. And, but like the problem is I'm obsessed with both actors themselves, and then I'm also obsessed with both characters themselves. I'm like, what's my type if I like all 4 of them? Absolutely 10 out of 10. It has consumed my every thought since it dropped.
Yeah, and that's how I feel like it has also consumed like media in general since it dropped. And I think that's why it is annoying, because I'm just like,
right. And that's fair. But someone said that like the last episode dropping felt like Barack Obama was president again. Like, because it's actually like, it has given me a sense of like excitement and happiness that like I haven't felt in a long time.
Okay.
And as someone who watches every TV show that drops, like,
that's fair.
Oh my God. Like, I'm so utterly consumed.
So then is HBO doing the next seasons then?
No. Like, what do you mean?
Like, is HBO taking over the production of it, or
No.
they're just streaming it on their platform?
They're just gonna stream it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a book written by a woman, and it's a show directed by a gay man. So like, what more could you fucking ask for? And then the last thing that I'll say is that, because a lot of people, I feel like there's a lot of straight women that really like this show.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of like thoughts as to why that I've seen, and also like things that they've said as actors. And I think it's so nice to see a romance with 2 people that are on an even playing field, where you're not seeing like the stereotypical like woman and a man, where like even if they're not, there's still that subconscious of like the woman is less than.
Yeah.
And I think seeing 2 people who are like at the same like social standard, and like being also seeing a man that's like in touch with his emotions, like I think that's like what is so attractive about it.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest thing. And I think like just like 2 men is better than 1, right? So anyways,
maybe I'll get to it eventually, but
you know,
but I also feel like part of the problem is it's been so hyped at this point that it will like never live up to it.
I actually completely disagree. I think that it absolutely will.
Okay.
I think it is that good.
Okay. Wow.
And yeah, and then they got picked up for like an erotica audio series that I didn't know it was erotica.
Yeah, Allie was over here like, they got picked up to do the like audiobook, and then all of a
and I
sudden
was like, that's super cool. And then I like downloaded it and like obviously subscribe, because like please take my money to listen to them talk. And I was listening to it and I was like, wait, no, this can't be real. So I finished listening to it, but I felt like I was intruding on something.
Yeah.
So anyways, you guys, moral of the story, because someone did ask.
That's fair. I assume someone would, because again, it's fucking everywhere.
And Emma goes, I need advice on how to get over fictional hockey men. You don't. You put them as your background in your phone, which I did on my home screen. And I was at a bar last night, and I was like, this one guy that like came up to us was like making me like actually like so fucking irritated. And I like pick up my phone and I start scrolling. He goes, what the fuck is your background? And I was like, actually don't worry about it. And he was like, that's like if I had like 2 girls like making out on like my background. And I'm like, and would I judge you for it? No. No, maybe. But they're not even making out. They're literally just like
looking at each other longingly or snuggling.
They're snuggling. God forbid a girl has a hobby. Okay? Kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very enthralled with that.
Yeah, I can see that.
I woke up and watched an interview. I watched every interview.
Anyways.
And I'm not going to get a tattoo, but...
Yeah, the fact that people are like already getting tattoos.
No, I'm at peak obsession. I told myself I had to give myself like 6 months.
From November.
Right.
Okay.
Well, no, probably like... Well, then season 2... Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. So, because season 2 will be the second book, which will be gut-wrenching, but I'm excited.
How many books are there?
So there's 2 books about Ilya and Shane. Those are the characters.
Okay.
And then Rachel Reed has written in the same universe other books. So, like, the 3rd episode of this season is basically the story of the book Game Changer, which is another couple, but they are really important to Ilya and Shane's story, so that's why they gave the whole episode to them. Now, did I think they needed a whole fucking episode? Absolutely fucking not. But, whatever. Some people really like them. I'm like, where's Ilya and Shane? But anyways, yeah. No, I like texted my tattoo artist because like she had posted something about it. And I was like, so have you done a Heated Rivalry tattoo yet? She was like, no, but you could be the first. And I'm like, no. But I am going on the 20th, so.
Oh yeah, to get another tattoo.
Yeah. But anyways.
Maybe we'll eventually figure out a matching tattoo for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get one right now anyway, so.
Yeah. So that's my soapbox about Heated Rivalry.
End scene. I haven't really been watching anything TV-wise worth talking about.
I've also watched a lot of other shit, so
I'm sure you have.
I posted something on TikTok and I got like so many views. I watched all her Fault on Peacock, which was super good. It was like a little like crime thriller. Yeah, miniseries. They're all miniseries basically that I've watched.
Okay.
Heated Rivalry is only 6 episodes. Like you can do it. And then I've talked about the Runarounds.
Yeah, you talked about that already.
I'm going to see them in February.
Yeah.
Which I'm so excited about.
Yep.
And then yeah, I mean I think Overcompensating, the Runarounds, Heated Rivalry, and like Adults were like my top favorite shows from this past year. So, which is exciting because I'm not usually a sitcom girly, and Adults is definitely sitcom-y, and I loved it. I also just watched I Love LA on HBO Max, which is also a similar vibe. PETA's in it, Josh Hutcherson. So hey-o. But
we did see some movies. We did see Wicked.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay. You feel like you hesitated for a second.
I'm consumed. Like I don't think about it.
That's fair. Because it came out like the week before, and then you just got like derailed.
People say it's so funny. People say like Hudson and Connor, the actors, are like Cynthia and Ariana because they're just like soulmates in love with each other. They're like touching each other in interviews, like, you know, whatever. And the other thing too is they're very adamant about like how their sexuality is like nobody's business. Yeah. Which I think is like so valid because I feel like. Yeah. I feel like, okay, like sometimes people are like, see like a rom-com and they're like, oh, like they're definitely dating, like blah, 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 like, and it's like, okay, that's like literally no one's business, but like.
If they have on-screen chemistry, who the hell cares?
But they're like, people are so adamant about like, are they gay? Are they not? I'm like, who fucking cares? Right. Like, I just love them as people. Right. Anyways, not me literally bringing everything fucking back to Heated Rivalry. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, my dream. What were you saying?
I was talking about Wicked.
Yeah. Wait. Going back to Heated Rivalry though, for just 1 second. I wish we were like super famous and cool, like and like super 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 successful. Because I would literally be on our podcast. Because they've been on podcasts, and I'm like, I need them.
Yeah. We also don't have the setup for guests.
We would figure it out.
Okay.
I would pay for them to fly out here.
Yeah, you're a crazy person. Anyways.
They can stay at my house.
Wicked was great. I think it comes down to just which act you prefer more.
The first one was better.
I think the first one was better too, but I also just prefer Act 1's music more than Act 2's.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, for some reason, like, the second movie, it was really good, and I, like, weeped.
Oh, but yeah. Bawled my eyes out.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt a little rushed.
Oh, I don't think it felt rushed. I don't think that was not my issue. I just feel like it's not, I don't know. I like the songs better in Act 1, and so I like a character development as opposed to like a fallout. Yeah. Like I like the uphill versus the downhill, right? It is interesting to think about like the story is the whole thing as a whole, right? With the climax being like halfway, and so the first movie is all build up, and then the second one is all fallout, and so how exciting is a movie about fallout, right? Like. There's not as much up and down in Act 2.
Right.
And so, but I mean, there's still a lot of it that I really liked.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, there's a lot coming out also in January.
okay, before we move on to what's coming, we also saw Housemaid.
Yes.
In theaters, which I realized, like, I quickly signed up to go because I loved the book. And then, like, as we were, like, going to the theaters, I was like, this is technically, like, a thriller, and I am not, like, a thriller movie person.
Not scary, though.
It wasn't. No, it was okay. Like, I didn't...
You don't like horror.
I don't like horror.
Horror and thriller are very different. Now, you can have a thriller movie that's, like, so uncanny that it, like, feels really scary. But, like, I
also, I think because I knew what was going to happen, helped it not feel as scary.
Actually, speaking of Housemaid, like, can we just, like, talk about for a second, like, all of these movie adaptations that are happening, like, they are just, like, handpicking the, like, biggest names in the entertainment industry in Hollywood. And, like, I'm fine with that, but also, like...
But I thought they were both great.
No, I thought they were both great.
I really liked it.
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Housemaid is my favorite Frida McFadden book.
No, but it was just, like, her biggest one.
Yeah.
The best one
someone actually texted me today and said favorite Frida McFadden book, just, like, so randomly.
That is random. Which one did you say?
Never Lie.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
That one, I really liked The Boyfriend. I'm reading The Teacher right now.
I don't think I ever read The Boyfriend.
The Boyfriend's really good. I've also read The Inmate, which was good.
Me too. Yeah, that one was good too.
Like, The Teacher...
That one had a good, like, I didn't see that coming twist.
Yeah. The Teacher's just, like, you know, I'm just struggling a little bit.
Okay.
Like, where the fuck is this going? Sometimes Frida's, like, really builds it up, and I'm like, okay, can we just get to the part where I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right, the what the fuck moment.
Yeah, the what the fuck, and then the what the fuck.
Yeah, there's usually, like, a double twist.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very end.
I saw her in an interview, and she was like, yeah, no, like, I always write it, like, I don't, like, come up with the twist, like, mid-book. Like, I always write it before.
Yeah, she knows, there's...
And I'm like, is that supposed to be shocking? Like, no shit. Like, imagine, like, writing a book, oh, I gotta finish my book.
Oh, God. Okay, we're not talking about that.
That's a goal of 2026.
We can talk about goals next week.
Yeah, next week will be goals. I did, however, though, start my new junk journal, and in the front page I wrote a letter to myself, but in the second page I wrote my current favorites, like my current fixations, Rivalry, and then on the other side I wrote, like, my overarching goals.
We don't have time this week. We can talk about goals next week. Yeah. So movies coming.
Well, and then I also saw Marty Supreme the other week,
Oh, yeah.
which was good, really interesting, but good.
Okay.
And then I also, like, evaluated, and I was like, okay, my favorite movie from 2025 was Sinners, for sure.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't. I know it was spooky, but it's, like, gotten so many good, like, reviews.
Yeah.
But it also was so long that there was no way I was going to see that, like, in a theater with my current state. So
yeah. Actually, never mind. I was gonna fucking go back. I can't fucking keep talking about it.
No, you can't.
Can I just say one more thing, and then I'll never talk about it again?
But that's not true. We need to start, like, a jar, and every time Allie talks about it, she gives me $1.
So maybe, like, we'll put a jar here next week, and it'll be the Heated Rivalry jar.
And if she brings it up, I get $1.
Yeah, I'll bring cash.
And then.
So let me make this last point.
Okay, one more.
Because it was created in Canada, it can't be nominated for anything.
Fair.
And people are really, like,
upset about that.
Because, thank you for just, like, finishing my sentences. She wants to be done talking about this. But one of the really key things about the show is that Ilya Rozanov, the Russian, is Russian. And he, obviously, speaks Russian. And in the show, there's an episode where he does, like, a 4-minute Russian dialogue, essentially. And Connor Story, the guy who plays him, found out about the role 1 week before they started filming. And in that 7 days, he worked with a Russian dialect coach. And he sounds so fucking Russian. It's, like, actually mind-boggling. We're to the point where, like, people who are Russian are like, no, I wouldn't even need subtitles to, like, know what he's saying.
Yeah.
And, like, he's from Odessa, Texas. He's a white man from Odessa, Texas.
Wow.
Like, and it's so good. Like, his accent, like, everything. It's just, like, so impressive.
Yeah.
He's so fucking
There would also probably be something about the fact that it, like, partially released in 25, and then some of it was the finale in 20. It was all in 25.
They I think they filmed it in, like, end of 2024.
No, it doesn't matter when it gets filmed. It's when it gets released.
Oh.
But I did it round the year with dates. Like, when was the finale?
Oh, no, the finale was Christmas.
Oh, okay, never mind.
First drop was Thanksgiving, finale was Christmas.
Wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways.
Tabled. Movies coming out next year.
Verity. Okay, we have Verity, which, oh God, Colleen, I don't know. Her movies aren't. I
know, but that book is the best book.
I know, but like again,
and I love Anne Hathaway.
So do I, but I don't know. I don't know.
We'll see.
And Dakota Johnson, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That movie.
I don't know. You're the one who made that comment.
Well, I was talking about like shows. Like Bridgerton's coming out this month. Tell Me Lies season 3. I don't know if you've seen Tell Me Lies.
There's a new Game of Thrones spinoff starting this month too.
Okay.
Called A Night of Seven Kingdoms. A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I think.
I never finished that show.
And that's too bad. And now that HBO is cracking down on like being in a different place, we were just discussing like with Mom and Parker and Mark and how annoying that's going to be when we want to watch any of these shows.
Yeah. I'm like the most annoying when it comes to that. I always text Mom.
Yeah, well, we decided to stop fighting that battle and we do pay for our own Netflix. But HBO is a lot more expensive than Netflix, so I don't know that I want to pay for my own HBO, but like also I do want to watch those shows. And then Mom's like, well, we can just have a watch party. And I'm like, at 9 p.m. on a Sunday? Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to want to immediately crawl into my own bed.
Yeah. Well, thank God that wasn't happening at the same time as...
Yeah. But I don't know. Season 2, I was going to say season 2 might come out when like House of the Dragon comes out.
No, he's saying like they're gonna take a lot more time on it,
okay.
And he's saying like not till like 2027, which like is actually like so gut wrenching.
After all of your bitching about Bridgerton,
like I can't stop talking about it.
Okay, I think we need to be done.
Yeah.
But you know, if you did make it all the way to the end, if you're still here listening to us babble,
can we please?
It has to be the hockey emoji, like the hockey puck, the hockey stick, hockey,
anything,
whatever.
And also like just like feel free to DM me. Like
She'll chat about it.
I will chat till the day I die about it. I'm just very enthralled. So I know Janelle has already DM'd me about it, and so has Casey. So love you guys. Our day ones, honestly, we have so many day ones. We love you guys.
Yes, I know. It's been.
We were on Cindy Wade's Spotify Wrapped.
That's so sweet. I love that.
We still need Cindy Wade to come on the podcast. We need a lot of people to come on the podcast, but that's also like we need to figure out. I mean, I think all we have to do is just like switch to the corner and put someone in the corner, and then we're good. Yeah,
or if we have guests and we relocate to the actual couch instead of the pink chairs, I think that's also okay.
Wait, did you watch season 2 of Nobody Wants This?
Not yet.
Okay, I started it the other day.
Okay.
And I love that they sit on the sit. Like I love our chairs, but like sometimes I'm like and these are comfortable, but sometimes I'm just like I want to just like hold a mic and like sit at a table or like.
No, yeah, I mean. I like the chairs are a vibe and the color and when it's just us. But like if we had anybody else, I actually think my vote would just be to sit on the couch.
Yeah.
Which I almost proposed when the shit was over here, was just sitting on the couch and not worrying about this. But anyway,
the break was necessary. Okay.
We'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Bye.
See if I can even get comfortable in this situation here.
Not put that in there.
Obviously, I'm not going to include any of that shenanigans.
Okay. I should not have brought that.
Okay, I'm going to cut that one.
No, like literally.
We're not getting into that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to pee.
Okay, then go pee.